I always knew that I was passionate about storytelling. When I finished school, I imagined I would become a journalist because I thought that that's what people who write, that's the sort of career path that writers sort of go into. I think my earliest work really starts with going back to the sort of literature that I was introduced to as a child, being Western fairy tales. And then I really move away from that. The body of work that I worked on in my early years, being at the Market Photo Workshop starts with that. So it starts with the work that looks at Western fairy tales, and then I move from that then later to looking at my own family stories. Oral history has really informed my work a great deal. This is really where the start of me telling my own story began. And so it later then translates into it becoming about the story of, my grandfather, who then becomes quite central in the story because he was the first one to move to the city. So the installation is these 4 scenes, 2 scenes that are about life on the countryside in South Africa. So stories that were shared with me from my family that are about the countryside, and 2 stories about city life. And then in the center is meant to be the light, and the light is central in the work that's particularly about my family, because Kganye, which is what I've been researching, my surname all of these years, is a Sesotho surname which means light. It's meant to have these 4 different paths that lead you to the center and experience these 4 stories that relate to the 4 different ways in which the family name Kganye is spelled. It isn't just about the surname that evolved over time. It's very much about the sort of erasure of family identities, the erasure of family names, the erasure of languages. The work is beyond my own family story. And so the large part of the audience being in the center and being able to walk around is that they can identify with the story. Also, the light moving, casting shadows, is that it activates this idea of the audience also being part of the story and of the experience.